Hello everybody, my name is Foxy Games and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV full story playthrough. When we last left off, we completed another wing of the Alexander raids, and ideally in this episode, we'll get to the end of this. So we have to speak to Maid. Have you been able to make any sense of Backrick's account? According to his version of events, we would scarcely have had the time to reach the core, much less shut it down. But we were all there. We all know what happened. Are you sure he's not just confused? Maybe he got lost in all that data of his and forgot the time. I'm afraid not. That is, unless the goblin standing watch near Alexander was also confused. His reports corroborate Backrick's. No, something else is going on here, I'm certain of it. The question is, what? If we assume for a moment that the goblin's accounts are true, then hardly any time has passed since we entered the barrier around Alexander. Time stopped? Impossible. Impossible? You mean like quick things predicting exactly what was going to happen in the core room? I hate to say it, but maybe he wasn't talking out of his ass. If time doesn't work the same in there, maybe he saw the future. There may be another explanation for that. There is a device deep within Alexander capable of performing complex mathematical calculations. It is not outside the realm of possibility that it could be used to predict the outcome of simple events. Using mathematics to predict the future? Now, even if I could believe that, it wouldn't explain this business with Backrick's. Biggs is right. Perhaps the presence of the primal somehow disrupted the flow of time within the barrier. It's only a theory, of course, and a far-fetched one at that, but it might go some way towards explaining recent events. To be clear, you are implying that the Illuminati are aware of this temporal disruption and have been using it to somehow gaze into the future. Very well. If you're willing to accept that, why not go further? Might it not be the case that they found a way to bend time to their will? By moving back and forth in time, the Illuminati could effectively manipulate the present however they saw fit. They would ever remain one step ahead of us, our every effort doomed to fail from the first. Now that's a sobering theory. But it's still only a theory, right? There's no point to panicking just yet. Wedge, give the chief a call on your link pearl, why don't you? If anyone knows how to untangle this knot, it's him. Chief, it's me. It's about Alexander. We've noticed something strange about time inside the primal. What? No, not our time inside the primal. The time. I mean time itself. Chief, it might be best if you just came here. We'll wait your arrival. Oh dear, things have just become way more complicated. It seems like only yesterday that Roundrocks and I spent a few happy hours here sorting through her collection of treasures. How did things come to this? They always do. The chief says he's on his way, and I think I heard Yashtola's voice on the other end as well. She kept asking him what I was talking about. I've heard some strange things in my time, but this might as well be the top, or might well top the lot. Just thinking about it gives me a sore head. No sense racking our brains over it, though. The chief will only end up proving us wrong. One can hope. Is that a heated debate, I hear? Boys, you started without me. Now, what was that you were saying over the link, Pearl? Something about running out of time? Sid insisted that I accompany him, though I would have come had he even had he not. Matters have taken a turn for the worse, I gather. Oh dear. You can say that again. The etheric fluctuations are akin to those I observed shortly before the Primal's awakening. In the absence of a functioning core, its form is dissipating, albeit slowly. Y'shtola, would you mind lending me your goggles for a moment? It can't hurt to have a second opinion. What in the seven hells? The ether pouring from the Primal is flowing backwards, as if time were passing in reverse. That cannot be. Such a phenomenon is wholly without precedent. Knowing so little of this Primal's capabilities, however, it would be remiss to discount the possibility outright. If it is as we fear, then at this very moment, Alexander could be undoing our efforts to shut down its cores. All of our labors would be for naught. Ah, the treasure hunter of whom we've heard so much. You seem unperturbed by our outlandish speculations. Was this perchance the subject of Wedge's communication? Gods help us. If there's any truth to this, it won't matter how many cores we disable. The Illuminati will simply undo any damage we cause. Then what do we do, Chief? How do we even begin to fight something like that? To erase the past, to return to a clean slate. Could Diane have known? Preparations for restoration of Enigma Codex are complete. Calculations show margin of error for future readings is 0.03%. Foolish Gabi. When future is decided, there is no error. There is no failure. Listen well, chosen of Illuminati. At last, all pieces are in place. No longer must wise suffer foolishness of unwise. Time has come to backstrike. Inferiors will make way for perfect world, or die. Now, restore Enigma Codex. Now is Alexander Illuminati's to control. Soon will cores disabled by Uplanders be disabled no longer. Reverse time! Once power flows to Third Core, Alexander will be fully operational, and with Third Core will its true potential awaken. Wings of time will unfurl, and all of history will be at mercy of Illuminati. Chosen ones will amend mistakes of past and reshape world into perfection. At last, prophecies of Enigma Codex will be fulfilled. And Quix thinks all thoughts will rule as king of new world, of correct world. Chosen ones, menders of history, be proud to serve as builders of this paradise. Oh dear. We don't have the luxury of time to plan our next step. We must rescue Roundrocks without delay, for her sake and ours. Seems we have more questions than answers where this Primal's concerned. If the Illuminati really can see into the future, does that mean they already know what we're going to do next? Y'shtola and the Chief have returned to Matoya's cave. Don't worry, between them, they're sure to find the answer to our problems. If it isn't waiting on a shelf in the Charlian annals, it'll be in some forgotten corner of the Chief's brain, you mark my words. And the next time we meet Quick Things, we'll be ready for him. Well, I sure hope so. Adventurer, there is something I'd like to discuss with you, but mayhap it would be best to wait until we're safely back at the shortstop. I'll see you there. Well, it's right around the corner. Jesus. Okay, whatever. I suppose I should start by apologizing for everything. Were it not for me, the Illuminati would never have summoned that infernal machine, or gained the means to control it. And now Quick Things possesses the power to manipulate time, to foresee the future and erase the past. I dare not think how he will use it. Returning the cores to their former state was but a foretaste. When all three are active and Alexander can traverse both time and space, nothing will stand between the Illuminati and their twisted utopia. We cannot let it come to that, Foxy. Somehow we must find a way to stop them. But first we must rescue Roundrocks. Of all the innocent victims of this story, this sorry tale, her plight pains me the most. The shortstop just isn't the same without her. I hope someone will keep her treasures safe until she returns. We'll get her back. We always do. Well, we don't get everyone back. Or Schfont. Adventurer, you come at an opportune moment. It would seem we have a visitor. I was pacing about thinking of Roundrocks when something in the shadows drew my eye. A spy? I caught only a brief glimpse, but it bore an uncanny resemblance to Quick Things' constant companion. Shanoa, was it? If the girl's here, there's a good chance her Illuminati keepers are close by. We'd best track her down and quickly. Follow me. Do you mean that cat? Well, I guess we're looking for cats. Oh, it is the cat. Just as I thought, it is Shanoa. Or is it? One curl kitten looks much the same as another, and she doesn't seem to have brought any of her friends. Over there. Uplanders, what are all these snap crashings and... An Illuminati spy sent by Quick Things to observe our movements, like as not. Given the sizable disadvantage at which we find ourselves, we thought it best to relieve him of duty. He spent his final moments babbling about all the Illuminati's deranged schemes, claimed that once the final core was activated, and Alexander fully operational, the fortress would gain the power to travel through time, taking them along with it. He seemed quite convinced that Quick Thinks was a prophet of sorts, a traveler from the future come to the present to return history to its proper state. Aye, and that's not the half of it. According to him, the battle for history has already been won, and not by us. For the future is writ in the Enigma Codex, and we but play our roles in it. Quick Thinks a traveler from the future? That would certainly explain how he was able to anticipate our every move, but could it be that he has already conquered the world of tomorrow? Have all our efforts been in vain? Bah! Tongue flaps of crazed Illuminati make brain case hurt. Backrix would speak of different subject. What brings Uplanders back to Shortstop? Having settled upon a plan of action, Sid and I were in the process of making our final preparations with Master Matoya when this kitten scampered in, mewing as if to beckon us. We duly followed her, and she led us here, much to the dismay of the fellow at our feet. I'm not the one to look a gift curl in the mouth, but something about this doesn't sit right with me. She's been at Quick Things' side. Make that on his bloody head every step of the way. And now she decides to betray her keepers? If that cat could speak our tongue, I'd have a question or two for her. Mayhap even 3. I can't believe I'm even considering this. But then it wouldn't be the strangest thing I've heard all day. You there, cat! You're Shanoa, Quick Thinks' little familiar, aren't you? 2 mews for yay, 1 for nay. Mew! Mew! Did she truly... Do you want to go home? Mew. 7 hells, I think the bloody furball might actually understand us. But that doesn't mean we can trust her. For all we know, she could be here to do our master's dirty work. A moment, Uplanders. Tongue flaps of Round Rocks come back to Backrix's brain case. 3 years ago when Round Rocks found Codex Splinterstone, Round Rock says Black Curl Child is there, on looking. Backrix thinks nothing of this then, but now... You mean to imply that Shanoa here was present when we attempted the summoning? I very much doubt that. If she were a kitten 3 years ago, she'd be a fully grown curl by now. Unless, that is, she took a shortcut through time. An implausible theory, I grant you, but one we cannot well dismiss in light of recent events. If true, it would raise a still more troubling possibility that Round Rock's discovery of the Codex was no mere coincidence, but an event orchestrated by Quick Things to further his own ends. Oh, it just gets better and better. Look, whatever is going on here, we're not like to find out by standing around talking. We need to delve deeper into that fortress. And as luck would have it, Wedge claims his latest invention will allow us to do just that. I sent him and Biggs on ahead to the Maker's Quarter to perform their final tests. Meet them there when you're ready. I'll join you as soon as my own preparations are complete. Oh, what new invention. It's gonna hurt, isn't it? To travel back in time and set past wrongs aright. Who could resist such temptation? And how grievous the consequences of surrendering to it. For in allowing the past to consume us, and making our every choice, our every action the correct one, would we not cease to live in the present, and in turn lose sight of the future? Is a path not to redemption, but to madness. Yes, as tempting as it is to use such a power, it would only end in further heartbreak. Though I'd love to go back in time and stab that traitor Ilberd straight in the gut before he even had a chance to betray us and set in motion the deaths of our beloved Lord Orchiphant Because if we never had to go to Ishgard, he never would have died. Ugh. If QuickThinks truly has seen the future, we may very well be walking straight into a trap. And yet, what other choice do we have? I must apologize once again for my negligence last time, Foxy. Rest assured, I've done my utmost to make it up to you with my latest invention. Why, it may very well be my best yet. Yes, I have a good feeling about this mission. This time we'll show that power-mad Gobby what for. Indeed we will. Ah, Foxy, all fired up and ready to go, are we? I best hurry up and brief you on the task at hand. In a nutshell, we'll be attacking the Primal on two fronts. As we speak, Y'shtola is leading an attempt to cut off the Primal source of ether. Our job, meanwhile, will be to head into the belly of the beast and rescue young Round Rocks. Without her to view the Enigma Codex for him, the Illuminati won't be able to turn time back anymore, giving us a fighting chance of beating the bastards. The Chief reckons that the shortest path is through the Giant's great fat noggin, the only problem being that it's still inside the barrier. Not to worry, though. Wedge's latest wonder will take care of that. He's dubbed it the BBG-2, which he tells me is short for Barrier Begone. Of course, the barrier doesn't just serve to keep folks out, it also keeps the Primal in. That being why Maid and her mates raised the bleeding thing in the first place. So the moment it goes down, there'll be nothing to stop the Colossus from running rampant if it has a mind to. Which means we're going to need to move fast. The Chief will take the Excelsior in as close as he can to Alexander's head, while you'll jump off and secure us away inside. Wasting no time, you'll then climb back aboard, and Wedge will re-engage the barrier. All before our metal friend even knows what's happening. Got it? Good, because we've got your work good, because we got our work cut out for us. Let's get going. The eyes of the Creator are now accessible. And you know how this song and dance goes already. Jesus Christ, that took forever. Alright, time to deactivate the barrier. The smoke is too thick. You can't see a damn thing. You'll have to press on alone. Alright. Let's get inside this big bastard. This place is pretty cool, climbing around the outside of Alexander like this. Well, climbing I feel is a bit of a misnomer. We're flying. Uh-oh. Here comes a big old Vangob. This guy's just a little mini-boss. He'll go down within a minute or two. I don't believe this is the last we're gonna see of him either. Yep, there he goes. Dead as a doornail. I don't particularly enjoy this boss. I'm going to enjoy it even less, I think, because I have more responsibility than I did as a DPS. But it's okay. We'll get through it. Alright, here we go. I'm hitting the wrong buttons already. Alright, so basically you never want this guy to point at the group. If first thing he's going to do is reassemble his arm using the scrap around the platform. Oh yeah. Generator. Give me that. Thank you. Okay. We're good. Okay. I don't know if that was necessary, to be perfectly honest. But we're doing it. Anyway, these things need to die. And they need to die there. Then you get off of that. Basically, you want those robots to die where you see that wall doing what it is. Because soon, that wall, or that floor rather, is going to become lava. And if you deprive him of more scrap when he uses stockpile, like he just did, he will not be able to reassemble any more of himself. Also, when he drops those, you want to get behind them. Otherwise, you will get very, very hurt. Alright, drop a generator here. Okay. Come on, everybody, over here. Okay, I'm not screwing up as bad as I thought I would. Oh yeah, they need to come over here and die. Shit, I am fucking up. Whoops. Yeah, I fucked up. Well, you're allowed some leeway. Oh no, now he's got both arms. Well, you guys know I'm not the best at this game, and this is fucking stupid. Why did I let that happen? Oh good, now there's Big Boom. Let's get out of the way. You, come here. Alright, we don't want Faust. Damn it. You know, I even watched a video. This is how stupid I can be, you guys. So don't do what I did. Hey guys, Foxy Games here. Have I ever mentioned that I'm not good at video games? Even ones that should be really easy? Look, it's 4 in the fucking morning. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it, okay? Alright, over here, over here, over. Do not kill him yet. Okay, good. Good. Whew! That was kind of scary. Materials recovered. What materials did he actually recover? We killed Faust and we burnt his body. Well, boss is about to die. We probably don't need to worry about the generators now. You know, going into this, I knew I was gonna fuck this up somehow. I guess I jinxed myself. Oh well. I should just edit this whole thing out and say, no, nothing happened. I totally wasn't retarded. Anyway, our lovely healers get all that good stuff. Let's just get the hell out of here and hope, beyond hope, that I do better in the next one. Fine work, old friend. Thanks to you, we have our way in. Stay where you are, we're coming. But first, now that you're clear, You'd best get that barrier back up before the big fellow gets restless. Wedge, ready the BBG-2 and reactivate the barrier on my mark. Mark! Yeah, his head's poking out, though. Must be our way in. Excellent timing, Y'shtola. Foxy has done it. We have a clear path into the heart of the beast. Good. 'Tis a relief to hear that at least one side of the operation proceeded according to plan. The same may not be said of the other. Our efforts to cut off the primal source of ether proved wholly ineffective. Quite why I cannot say, though I'm hopeful that one among us can. What, Maid? On the basis that she summoned the damn thing, you mean? I think you'd better explain. Like all primals, Alexander constantly draws ether from its surroundings, both to sustain itself and to gain its strength. Master Matoya and I believed we could disrupt or at the very least inhibit this process by means of Arcanima. By creating a vast, impassable etheric membrane between the primal and the land from which it drinks. Aye. Which is why the old witch had me place those infernal devices of hers in every nook and cranny of this place. Are you telling me they don't work? Yes and no. As far as we can tell, the Arcanima are functioning precisely as intended, and yet for reasons we've been unable to ascertain, they have had no measurable effect on the primal. Alright, out with it, Maid. If there's anything you haven't told us, we need to hear it now. We're running out of options. I fear it will not avail us, but very well. It all began with a curious encounter in my younger days. I was out playing on my own one day when a stranger appeared before me. He told me anything in my heart wished for could be mine, but if I but heeded his words. Let me guess, an Ascian. In my youth, I did not fully comprehend what the man was proposing at the time. Nevertheless, his words seemed to burn themselves into my very soul. Reunite the scattered shards of the Enigma Codex, he said, and perform the sacred rite before the ruins that yet stand strong against the river's flow. Then, and only then, shall your hopes and dreams become reality. With that, he handed me a relic, a horn with a tip of metal, which seemed so foreign as to hail from another world. It would serve as a catalyst for the summoning, he explained, a gift from your friend Travinchet, or Travinchet. And then he was gone. Travinchet. I know the man. Our paths crossed during my time in Limsa in the days before the calamity. I might have guessed that the Ascians had a hand in this. Yes, Travinchet was before A Realm Reborn, back in the vanilla days of Final Fantasy XIV. He was an Ascian that Y'shtola had come into contact with before they knew them as Ascians. The horn of which you speak was once rumored to reside on Seal Rock. It is a lost relic of the ancients, with the power to manipulate the etheric energy in the very air around us. The Scions have long pursued the horn, fearing the devastation that might ensue were an artifact of such power to fall into the wrong hands. Finally, I do begin to see. If I have the right of it, Alexander's third core is using the horn to draw ether from far and wide. 'Tis little wonder our plan failed. Even without moving an ilm, the primal possesses the means to drain not just this land of ether, but our very star. Then our course is clear. If the old witch's magics won't avail us, we shall just have to go inside and dismantle the core the old-fashioned way. Indeed, and yet we must be wary. You have seen the course of time reversed once before. You may very well see it again. Even should we succeed in destroying our target, there is naught to prevent the Illuminati from simply returning the stricken core to its previous state. Aye. They are free to turn back the clock again and again, the primal growing stronger all the while. So, what do we do then? We can't just give up. No, we press on. Lest we forget, controlling Alexander requires the Codex, and the Codex is but a useless piece of stone without the mind of the Gobby girl. If we can rescue Round Rocks, Quick thinks we'll have no way to flip the hourglass. The Circle of Knowing once tasked me with recovering the horn, and 'twas through mine own negligence that Travanshea acquired it. That it now endangers our world is my responsibility. Even were I not a scion, I should do all in my power to make amends. Whatever assistance I can offer, it is yours. Then it begins. I'll send words to our friends in Idleshire. Biggs, Wedge, ready the Excelsior. Foxy, prepare for departure. Let Operation Rescue Round Rocks commence. I guess the guy who names the operations was off today. Something's not quite right. Seven hells, it wasn't enough that those Illuminati lunatics had a bleeding time machine, was it? No, it had to be a time machine with the power to destroy the whole bleeding world. I mean, I'm used to the future of Eorzea being at stake, but this is the future, past and present, all rolled into one. We have to get Round Rocks out of there before those gobbies can put any more of their crazy schemes in motion. Speaking of gobbies, have you talked to old Backrix lately? Turns out the kitten you met wasn't Shanoa after all, just a doppelganger. He's already taken the little furball back to the shortstop and given it a name. Schrödinger, or however you pronounce it. Anyway, I'd best be heading back that way myself. See you there, Foxy. Schrödinger. Oh yes, of course. The cat that is dead and alive at the same time. Meow. Backrix sees Shanoa on top of Whirlycog Giant. This is different Curl Kitten, so Backrix names her Schrödinger. What does it mean? Backrix does not know. Of course not. Oh god, there's a bajillion things. I'm not reading all that shit. Even if we succeed in freeing Round Rocks, what will remain of the girl when we once knew? To the Illuminati, she's little more than a cog in their divine machine. They need her alive, aye, but no more than that. And they will not have scrupled to use any means necessary to force her into compliance. Backrix said he saw Shanoa standing at the top of the Colossus at Quick Things' side, just as you'd expect her to be. Do you reckon Backrix's new pet is just a long-lost litter mate? The resemblance is truly uncanny. But they're just Curl Kittens. They're gonna look the fucking same. Ready to head back into the belly of the beast, Foxy? Alright, let's get this rescue mission off the ground. First, some good news. While the barrier was down, we were able to get our first good look inside Alexander's innards. Far as we can tell, Round Rocks is being held captive in what seems to be the central control chamber of the whole Colossus, called, hopefully, Central Control. And so how to reach it, do you remember when you infiltrated Midas? There was that cavernous room with a dirty great city in it? Aye, well, we've spotted one of those floating platforms which goes back and forth between there and the place we need to go. The quickest route to the city is straight through the Giant's Head. You'll go in through the hatch you opened for us last time, take care of any guards, and secure the platform I mentioned. Meanwhile, the Chief and the others will be making their way to you via Midas, and after setting out in advance to sweep the place for any nasty surprises. Once you've all rendezvoused, it'll be time to storm the control room, while me and Wedge stage a little diversion. Got all that? Good. Now let's crack some Illuminati skulls. Let's do that indeed. For the breath of the Creator is now accessible, and I hope it doesn't take as much time to form a party as it did the last time. Alright, here we are, the Breath of the Creator. This fight is a little bit more hectic. Not these guys are pathetic. Oh, it's the same people as last time. I sure hope they're not sore about me causing a group wipe. That was the wrong button. At least some of them are the same. I recognize Cicero, Cigaro, whatever, however you say that fucking name. Hey, you little bastards. Come here. I just love the look of this city. It's so cool. The trash is, of course, nothing to write home about. Oh look, it's Goblin Ifrit. Why is this person in the chat saying booty, 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 booty? Who knows? Oh, he only said it 3 times. Oh well. Anyway, do not touch any of those icons on the ground. Those are traps. We do not touch traps. Why, is he tanking it on the trap? Who knows? Oh, I was just out of the way of that. Somebody stepped on it, because the boss activates them, somebody keeps stepping on it. I think he's stepping on it, because he was being tanked on the trap. And somebody now activated the one in the middle. That's not good. Look, I know I can't judge because I fucked up in the last one. Alright. We have to destroy this thing. Okay. I thought it was going to cast quicker. Yeah, basically, if this thing reaches the other side of the platform, we all die. We don't want that. Obviously. Okay, it's dead. Hey, how about we tank him not on one of the traps? It was just an idea. People are standing too close to that thing. Damn it, they activated it. I knew it. Oh well. Single charge. We want to run away. Okay. And they activated that one again. Each trap will activate things on certain parts of the platform. The one closest to us activates those two turrets on either side. The one in the middle causes spike balls, and the one at the very end causes him to push spikes out of the floor, which is unavoidable. Oh yeah, and don't get hit by those things. Man, so many bone stacks. I'm like the only person without one. Actually, no, one of the DPS doesn't. Here comes... I seem to be in the sweet spot here. I can't get hit by any of the traps at this point. Okay, now the boss is activating the traps, which is fine. Yeah, he's way easier than the other guy, even if he was constantly being tanked on one of the traps, but who knows, that could be one of the tank strategies for this guy at this point. Bye. Oh, here's the only one left. Fine, you get it. You get the commendation. You also get this junk. I don't want it. Ha! Excellent work, old friend. That platform is our shortcut to the heart of the machine. All seems quiet on our front, so 7 hells, we've got company. Goblins really don't like them. Ah, there you are, Foxy. We were met by a small welcoming party, but it was nothing we couldn't handle. Biggs and Wes just contacted me as well. They're headed here as we speak. Round rocks! So this is the Enigma Codex. And that must be the third and final core. 12 have mercy if you could but see the volume of ether issuing from it. Yes, much swirly bright. Time wings can spread, travel to overtimes, make bad things good again. Could it be? Do we truly have the power to change the past? I could erase my mistakes. I could see him again. 3 years ago, Mide lost dear one. Mide wants dear one back, yes? Round rocks helps Mide. Round rocks, no! You must save your strength. Mide worries too much. Round rocks is strong, Gobby. Uplanders, hold on to brain cases. Time wings, spread. Seven hells, has the girl gone mad? Stop this, Round Rocks. Stop, I say. Biggs, where are we? And why is everything spinning? Biggs, Wedge, can you hear me? Round Rocks has engaged Alexander's time distortion mechanism. We're hurtling into the past. We're... what? Bix, over here. You're not going to believe this. What's my doing down there with all those... Hold on, they're performing the summoning ritual. Bugger me, we really are in the past. What in the seven hells? Someone's taking control of the Colossus. Hold on tight, I think it's about to go berserk. Damn it all, this isn't right. We must abort the summoning. Quickly, Might, the seal. Diane, no! What is Metal Making Kitten doing? 'Twould seem we're back in our own time. Past is made right, and we return to now times. Treasure hunter's friends die. As it is writ, it must be. Uplanders serve quick things well today. Uplanders are not grasping meaning. Quick things breaks into bitty pieces, fit in Uplanders' tiny brain cases. Time is flat round shape. All things Uplanders and Gobbies did, are doing, and will do. Doings happen over and over and over again for all times. So when Maid and her friends attempted to summon Alexander 3 years ago, what they actually saw was us traveling back in time. But that's madness. How many times has it happened? Time is an endless circle. My failure, my plan, my suffering. It was all doomed to unfold like this from the very beginning. Let us away, quickly. Maid! Maid must hurry! No. Nothing remains for me out there. My future, my past, my reason for being. It all ended before it ever began. Maid! Maid! The whole idea of it has broken her. Seems to happen a lot in this expansion. These reality-shattering revelations. But this one really tops it. This whole thing has happened, is happening, and will happen forever. Just non-stop. Good to see you safe, Foxy. Whatever happened inside the control room anyway. As for us, on second thought, let's save that for another day. Uplander has seen Round Rocks. Backrix hopes she is safe. As for Backrix is not liking high places much anymore. Oh, I don't blame you, dude. Look at how high up we are. Chief, Y'shtola, and Round Rocks. God, I've never been so bloody glad to see you. Thought we'd never make it back in one... Wait, where's Maid? Maid stays behind in Giant of Whirlycogs. All because of Round Rocks. Round Rocks must go back to Giant of Whirlycogs. Save Maid! You leave that to us, child. Wedge, get Jessie on that link pearl and tell her to bring the Excelsior around. I don't much care for the answer. We finally know the truth behind the events of that day 3 years past. The Illuminati masterminded the massacre, and through some ungodly trick of time, it was us that brought them there to do the deed. And what about Maid? The only thing keeping her going was the hope that her beau's soul lived on in the machine. But seeing what happened to the poor bastard... Aye, we witnessed the truth with our own eyes. Sucked into the core of the Colossus to sate the Primal's appetite. If aught remains of him, it is no more than heat and light. Oof. Jessie had the nerve to give me a dressing down for not saying please. Said I was getting too big for my britches. Does she have any idea what we've been through? Honestly. Jessie is Jessie. Round Rocks is resting back at shortstop. Muchly worries for her friend Maid, but is safe. Backrix is happy to be on flat ground again. Then Uplanders tell Backrix he must go back into Giant of Whirlycogs for next mission. What must poor Gobby do to get some rest? Save the world, then you can rest. Quick says the future's already been writ, eh? That we're fighting a losing battle? Well, we've got a thing or two to say about that, don't we, Foxy? Round Rocks is safe with us, which means the Illuminati won't be turning back time on us anymore. And that's not all. Thanks to your efforts, we've got ourselves a straight path to the third and final core. Aye, the very heart of the Colossus. Put it out of action and the whole thing will grind to a halt. Let's go, Foxy. We'll show the Illuminati that the future's yet to be decided, and save Mind while we're at it. The Heart of the Creator is now accessible. Also, I'd like to point out that the quest we were just on is called Biggs and Wedge's Excellent Adventure. A solid reference, to be sure. Now, what I would like to tell you is that we're going to jump straight into the Heart of the Creator right now, but this video's been going on for long enough, so in the next episode we will jump into the Heart of the Creator, and then, and only then, will we finish up the Alexander raids. So until then, my name is Foxy Games, and I'll see you next time. Bye.